We are the ghost hunters, a group of friends chasing shadows. Our cameras capture the unknown. Tonight we enter the silent house.
There's Jake, the skeptic, always questioning, never believing.
Emily, our tech expert, monitors every blip on the EMF reader.
And me, Zach, I dive headfirst into the darkness.
We've faced terrifying entities before, demons, poltergeists, shadows that linger. But tonight something feels different. A palpable sense of sadness hangs in the air. This isn't just a haunted house, it's a place of sorrow. The mansion looms before us, dark and imposing. Its silhouette cuts a stark contrast against the night sky, shrouded in an aura of mystery and foreboding. The windows, like hollow eyes, seem to follow our every move, and the overgrown garden whispers secrets of a time long past. Local legend calls it the Silent House, a place of tragedy, a family torn apart. The walls of this house have witnessed unspeakable sorrow, and the air is thick with the weight of its history. Each broken window and crumbling brick tells a story of loss and despair. They say the owner, a wealthy merchant, vanished without a trace. His disappearance remains one of the town's greatest mysteries. Some say he was taken by the spirits that now haunt this place, while others believe he simply walked away from a life that had become too painful to bear. His wife, driven mad by grief, sealed herself inside. Her cries of anguish echoed through the halls, a haunting melody of sorrow and madness. She became a ghost of her former self, a tragic figure lost in the shadows of her own mind, never to be seen again. The rooms she once roamed now stand empty, filled only with the echoes of her despair. Cobwebs drape over forgotten furniture, and a sense of finality hangs heavy in the air. Now their souls are said to wander the halls, trapped in an endless cycle of despair. Ghostly figures are often seen drifting through the corridors, their faces twisted in eternal torment. Paranormal activity is a common occurrence, as if the house itself is alive with the restless spirits of its past inhabitants. We step through the overgrown weeds, their touch like skeletal fingers. The air grows heavy, the temperature drops. Each step feels like a journey deeper into the unknown, and the eerie atmosphere of the garden only adds to the sense of dread that hangs over us. There's an energy here, primal and unsettling. It's as if the very ground beneath our feet is charged with the memories of those who once lived here. The walls seem to pulse with a life of their own, and the air is thick with an almost tangible sense of unease. I can feel it in my bones. Something is watching us. The sensation is unmistakable, a prickling at the back of my neck that sends shivers down my spine. Eerie eyes seem to peer out from the shadows, and the sense of being observed is almost overwhelming. We are not alone in the silent house. The front door creaks open, a mournful groan echoing through the silence. It feels as if the house itself is waking from a long slumber, reluctantly allowing us entry into its forgotten depths. Dust motes dance in the air, illuminated by our flashlights. They swirl and twirl, creating an almost ethereal atmosphere, as if the very air is alive with memories of the past. Cobwebs cling to every surface. They drape over the furniture like ghostly shrouds, a testament to the years of neglect and abandonment. Time seems to stand still within these walls. The room is a snapshot of a bygone era, with vintage furniture and decor that speak of a different time, a different life. We move cautiously through the foyer, our footsteps muffled by the thick carpet of dust. Each step we take leaves a clear imprint, marking our presence in this forgotten place. The air is heavy with the smell of decay and the ghosts of memories. It's a musty, almost suffocating scent that clings to our clothes and fills our lungs. Every shadow seems to writhe, every whisper of wind sounds like a sigh. The house is alive with unseen presences, their whispers and movements just at the edge of our perception.
In the parlor, we discover an old diary. It lies on a dusty table, untouched for years, waiting for someone to uncover its secrets. Its leather cover is cracked and faded. The years have not been kind to it, but it still holds an air of dignity and mystery. The pages are brittle, filled with elegant handwriting. Each word is a delicate stroke, a piece of the past preserved in ink and paper. It's the lost diary of the merchant's wife. Her story, long forgotten, is now laid bare before us. Her words offer a glimpse into the past. They tell of a life filled with joy and sorrow, of dreams and disappointments. A past filled with love, loss, and unbearable sorrow. Her entries are a poignant reminder of the human experience, of the emotions that bind us all, regardless of time.
As night deepens, the activity escalates. EMF meters spike erratically. Unexplained cold spots send shivers down our spines. We hear whispers, disembodied voices that seem to come from the walls themselves. A chill wind blows through the house, though all the windows are boarded shut. The air grows heavy, suffocating. The hair on the back of my neck stands on end. Something is here with us. We are not alone.
And then we see her.
A translucent figure, a woman in a white gown gliding through the shadows.
Her face is etched with sorrow, her eyes filled with a deep, unending sadness.
She doesn't acknowledge us.
She seems lost in her own world of pain and regret.
This isn't a malevolent spirit,
There's no sense of anger or malice.
just an overwhelming feeling of sadness.
She's not here to harm us,
She's here to be heard.
to share her story.
Through whispers and cold touches, the spirit reveals her story.
I was once a loving wife and mother. My husband's disappearance shattered my world. The authorities suspected foul play, but no trace of him was ever found. Driven mad by grief and the loss of my beloved, I retreated into the house. My heart ached for my lost love, for the family torn apart. I couldn't bear the thought of living in a world without them, so I chose to stay, trapped forever in my prison of grief.
We listen to her story, our hearts heavy with empathy.
This isn't about fear or thrills. This is about a soul in torment, desperate to be heard.
We offer her comfort, promising to share her story with the world.
As we speak, the air seems to lighten. The oppressive feeling of sadness begins to lift.
The spirit, no longer a figure of sorrow, seems to radiate a sense of peace. Our words, our empathy have reached her. We have offered her solace in her eternal despair. With a final mournful sigh, the spirit begins to fade. She disappears into the shadows, leaving behind a sense of closure. The house, though still old and decaying, no longer feels heavy with sorrow. The air is lighter, the silence peaceful. The ghost of the grieving mother has found peace. We pack up our equipment, our hearts heavy with the weight of her story. This wasn't a typical investigation. It was an encounter with grief, with loss, and with the enduring power of love. As we drive away from the silent house, the sun rising over the horizon, casting long shadows across the overgrown lawn, I can't shake the feeling that we've only scratched the surface of its secrets. The air is thick with the weight of untold stories, and the house seems to whisper its mysteries to those who dare to listen. Each creak of the floorboards, each flicker of light hints at a past that refuses to be forgotten. The silent house is more than just a building, it is a keeper of memories, a guardian of the past.
The grieving mother may have found peace, but something tells me her story is just one of many echoing through the halls of that old mansion. Her sorrow is etched into the very walls, a testament to the love and loss that once filled these rooms. As we delve deeper into the history of the silent house, we uncover more tales of heartache and hope, of dreams shattered and dreams fulfilled. Each story adds another layer to the rich tapestry of the mansion's past.
We will tell her story as promised, but we will also seek out the stories of others who lived and loved within these walls. The old journal we found offers a glimpse into the lives of those who came before us, their hopes and fears preserved in ink and paper. The vintage photograph of a woman, her eyes filled with secrets, beckons us to uncover her tale. In the candlelit room, we feel the presence of those who once called this place home.
But we will also remember the unseen, the unheard stories that still linger in the silent house. The dark, empty rooms hold the echoes of laughter and tears, of lives lived in quiet desperation or joyous celebration. The old photographs in the dusty album are silent witnesses to the passage of time, each image a fragment of a larger story. And the shadowy figure in the hallway reminds us that not all spirits find peace, that some remain bound to this place, waiting for their stories to be told.
The mysteries remain, waiting to be uncovered. The silent house stands as a monument to the past, its secrets hidden in the shadows, its stories waiting to be brought to light. As we continue our journey, we are driven by the desire to uncover the truth, to give voice to the silent spirits who still linger here. The house may be abandoned, but it is far from empty. It is alive with the memories of those who came before us, and it is our mission to ensure that their stories are never forgotten.